Welcome to this short video on how to use the MotiveMap motivation tool. Firstly, the obvious page is this MotiveMap, which we can see on the screen, which is a page to map the motivation to provide some goals, or the other word we're using is intentions of where you want to give different categories. In this example, there is 5 column headings, which are very individual headings that depend on the person's individual position and where they are at in life as to what you would actually have as your category headings. In red here are explanations of each area. So as we go through this process, the first stage to start is to look at the life wheel. If we're looking at the bottom here, you will see the life wheel, which is a life balance wheel to look at where you're at the moment. This is a starting point in your planning. You can rate yourself there. The other map is the dream map, which is also contains the same categories. If we go to the dream map, you can actually rate yourself by putting a number in each of these categories. And then the real use of the dream map is to create the dream of what the ideal situation in each of these categories is. Fitness and health, career, money. What would it look like if you had the perfect setup in the future? All your dreams came true in money. What would it look like? What would you have your money invested in, and what's the property and personal growth, etc. In each of these categories here, what would the perfect outcome look like if money was not an obstacle? What would it look like? So that's believing anything's possible. So now that we've done the life balance wheel and the dream map, that's given us some ideas from these categories on what would be our focus. So only the areas that are a focus are the category headings that we enter here, because we won't be focusing on areas we're happy with. So now we use the yellow to set our goals or our intentions, our shorter term at the top and some longer term lower down. And then above that, we put our actions and strategies. So these are specific things that lead to the goals or intentions that we want to make this map a reality. So the key then is to be using this by printing it out. It prints neatly into one A4 page. And the MotiveMap principles is another page here, which explains that it must feel right. You read it every day and adjust it and handwrite different ideas and evolve it, so it's constantly changing. It's a dynamic path. And if we look at an example of some in a different MotiveMap, one of the best MotiveMaps is, you'll see here, with very little on it, because it only has a few high motivation items, as opposed to another MotiveMap which has got lots and lots of detail and, oh, boring, horrible, do you really want to even look at it? So this is why this tool is so motivational and works well. If you capture what's high motivation, what's gripping you now, and what are the key things to focus on, so you're constantly changing it and have it exciting so it feels right, using emotion, because we want to tune into the motivation from the heart and the feelings rather than being stuck in the head and putting down what the motivation in the head is. Right, we want to tune into that feeling, unlock that passion, and enjoy the journey. Thanks for using MotiveMap.